So in this example, what you would want to do instead of multiplying the exponents is actually add the exponents. So instead of doing 2 times 3 equals 6, you do something like a to the second times a to the third equals a to the fifth. And if you're a little confused by why this works, I'm actually going to demonstrate why it is going to work. And to do that, I'm going to substitute a value in for a. So let's say a equaled 2, right? We could just use 2 as an example. So we would take 2 to the second power, and then we would also take 2 to the third power. And our claim is that this would equal 2 to the sixth power. So 2 to the second power, that's going to give you 4. 2 to the third power, this is going to give you 8. And then 2 to the sixth power, what would that give you? Let me just check my calculator real quick. 2 to the sixth, that will give you 64. And then we would just simplify this by multiplying 4 and 8. That's going to give you 32. And you can actually see that 32 does not equal 64. However, if we take a look at what I have written down here, so I'll just choose another color for that. I'll choose purple. If we were to substitute the same value for x, so we would take 2, so raise 2 to the second power, multiply that by 2 to the third power, and we're claiming this would equal 2 to the fifth power. We basically have a lot of the same numbers here. This is going to equal 4, this is going to equal 8. And then this 2 to the fifth power, that is going to be 32. And you could see after we multiply 4 times 8, we wind up with 32 equals 32. So when you are working with exponents like this and you see two bases, so I'll tell you what the bases are in a second. So these are the bases right here. If you have the same base, so we have a here and a there, and then you see exponents here and you see a multiplication sign, you actually just want to add the exponents rather than multiply them. Thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in seeing more tutorials related to mathematics, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're interested in online tutoring, check out the description of this video. You may find something helpful.